Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, max out your savings. The more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on any smart bed with base. Limited time. Check it out at a Sleep Number store near you or at sleepnumber.com today.
If you're navigating anxiety, depression, relationship challenges, postpartum struggles, or something else, you deserve care that meets you where you are. Grow Therapy is designed to help you find a therapist who fits your needs and supports the way you want to feel. They connect you with thousands of independent, licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions. You can search by insurance, provider specialty, treatment methods, and more to find a therapist who works for you. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/ACAST today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/ACAST. growtherapy.com/ACAST. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
If you feel okay in your sobriety and you're feeling strong and don't feel like turning to the bottle after the loss of a loved one, then this is the time that your sobriety can come in helpful. You're not wasted, so you can be a pillar of support. Be the one making the rounds of tea, the shoulder to lean on, the taxi from the train station, and the one cleaning the dishes after the wake. Be a healthy support, a reliable friend, and the dependable force that others might need in a difficult time. Step into action, and so others won't have to worry about the little things. Keeping busy like this will help you abstain and distract you from drinking.
Other than turning to the bottle as a means of numbing out pain, it might also be that you turn to the bottle when you feel lonely or unsupported in your grief. I want to take this opportunity to share a few of the lessons I've learnt about grief through my other podcast. The truth is, I hope that you only experience grief a handful of times in your life. But you will have plenty of friends who will also experience it. So you'll probably have to help them through theirs 30, 40, 50 times throughout your life.
That's a good point, Haim. If we can all improve the way we help those we love through grief, then they might never get to the point where they feel they need to turn to the bottle for support.
Yeah. I've interviewed lots of friends of mine at different stages of grief, and there are a few things that came up more than once. So if you don't have time or energy, or you just can't be asked to go and listen to all of the episodes, then here are some of the top tips that I've learned through that podcast.
Can you tell us what your podcast was called, Hamish?
Yes, Extraordinary Ordinary People.
Great.
And you'll find it's a big black and white shot of my face is the thing, so you can't miss it.
Love your face, though.
Thank you. So, yeah, the first one is don't send text on the day they pass away.
Oh, interesting.
Don't do it. They get 100 of them, probably 1,000 of them. And it's something that you can do when you're taking a shit. It requires no energy, no effort. No, even if it's very thought-provoking and beautifully written, they will not have that text in 6 months' time. Instead, here's what you're going to do. You're going to sit down and you're going to write a letter. I know that sounds dated, but there's something very important about handwritten notes. People can reread them. It brings up memories. They are more personal. It's taken you time and they can tell. So yeah, writing a letter is literally the biggest tip that I can give anyone whose friend or someone they love is going through grief.
I'm aghast, Hamish, that people would send a text to someone when someone they know has died.
Yeah.
Is that something that happens?
I've done it. Thinking of you today, or I've just heard the news. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but I suppose how well you know the person that's died. Like in Facebook, if someone that I knew at school and their mum's died, for example, I might write "sorry for your loss" or something like that. But then I suppose it depends on your level of connection with that person.
Yes and no. I actually think some of the letters that I've written are to people and I don't even know their parent. And I said, I don't even know your parent. I don't know the relationship you have with them. But, you know, I know you and I love you and I'm sure wherever they are, they'll be proud of the person you are. You know, so I think you can, even if you don't know them that well. Actually, lovely. I often think that people that I've spoken to have said it's the people that they least expected who really came to the fore and helped them through their grief. It's not always your best mate or your brother or sister or whatever. Sometimes there are people who are better at it than others, and that's sort of what I was trying to get at in my podcast, is how can we get better at helping people through grief?
My mum had an experience when she was a young mum, when we were little. A lady at work, her husband had died, and nobody went round to visit this lady, and she was on her own with her grief. And my mum didn't know her that well, and turned up at her house to say, "Are you okay? Like, do you need anything? Can I cook you dinner? Or how are you?" And the woman broke down and said, "You are the first person who has come round to my house to talk to me about my husband's death, and I don't hardly know you. None of my friends have been around." It was the days before text messages and things like that. And my mum since then has instilled that in me. She tells that story quite a lot and said, if anyone dies, just always reach out. Put your hand up and say, "Are you okay?" No matter what it is, even if it's just to bring them a cup of tea.
Yes.
Always ask. People want you to ask.
Well, that was going to be my next point. So my next point was be proactive, okay? So you don't say, "I'm here if you need me." Or give me a call. When you feel like it, give me a call. Don't make them make the decision.
Okay, great.
Instead, cook and deliver food, turn up on their front doorstep for a walk, buy them a ticket to something. Even if they don't feel like going and don't come, you're making the decisions. You're going, "Hey, we're going out for dinner." And they might say, "I don't want you tonight," but at least you're offering it. They don't want to come up with a plan. They don't want to have to do that work. So do it for them, and don't be offended if they say no. That's my second tip. My third tip is, and I think this sort of plays into that idea of no one turning up to her house, is we feel awkward or uncomfortable or feel like we're intruding. And we feel particularly that if we tell a story either about the loved one of theirs that passed, or let's say it's your dad and I tell a story about my dad, then you feel guilty or you feel uncomfortable. It is so important to keep telling those stories, keep their memories alive through sharing the stories. Not once have I ever told a story about a friend of mine's parent that died and they've been sad. It's always been a moment to laugh and feel like they're still here. And often it might be a story they don't know, like you weren't there when me and your dad did this, or me and your mum did this. And it's always, always good to keep telling those stories. So don't feel uncomfortable or awkward to bring that person up in front of them.
I think, Hamish, the way that you're telling these is we're not only talking about people in their sobriety dealing with grief. We're talking about you giving you these tips so that you can perhaps help someone else not drink in this situation as well. Yeah,
that is my point. Yeah, neither of us have gone through a lot of grief, but we have got loads of friends, all who have, and we can help them. And then when it's our turn to go through the grief, they'll be there to help us.
Yeah.
My last point, and this is probably the most important one. I'm useless with a diary, like a phone diary, so I have a written one. And what I do is I write down my friends, the people that they love's anniversaries. So 14th of December is this one. I write them down. Then at the end of the year, I carry them on to next year. And then 2 weeks before that anniversary is coming up.
The anniversary of their death?
Of the death.
Okay, yeah.
Then I will get something ready. I'll write a letter, or I'll send a gift, or whatever it is, or that day is okay to send a text. I'm not talking about the first year. Everyone does it the first year. I'm talking about the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, even if it's just a text, thinking of you today, or it's a letter, or like one I sent my mum over to give them a hug because she'd lost her dad. And it's not just anniversaries. So anniversaries, if you're doing it from the second year onwards, you're probably one of very, very few. But if you're also sending a text, Father's Day, big one.
Yeah, thinking
Christmas
of you, yeah.
Day, big one.
Yeah.
If you can remember their birthday, big one. Because those are the days. I think Father's Day we think is about our dad. It is 10% about your dad. It is 90% about everyone who doesn't have a dad, in my opinion. So I send 20 texts on Father's Day.
Oh, Hamish, you are lovely.
Well, I think that is honestly the best thing you can do, is remembering the dates that they're going to be missing their mum or their dad or whoever it is. So write them in a diary. And then
I tell you, it'll be a sad day when your diary looks full of those, won't it? When you get older, the older you get and the more of those dates, your diary becomes full of those dates. Isn't that sad to think about?
True.
I mean, that will happen eventually, that all those dates, and then it will be you that's gone, Hamish.
Yeah, and I'll be one of the diary dates.
You'll be my diary date. I'll probably be yours, actually.
We've spoken a lot about going to each other's funerals. Let's stop that conversation.
I'll go before you, I think. Oh, dear. Are you scared of death, Hamish? I mean, I love hearing about all of that stuff, and we're talking about it very whimsically here, but
This is Hannah Berner from Giggly Squad. O-Pill is the first over-the-counter daily birth control pill available in the U.S. Let's be real, getting a birth control prescription is not always easy, and it's so much admin. In fact, about a third of women face barriers to access prescription birth control. Between scheduling appointments, missing work, class, or just trying to exist, it's a lot. But now O-Pill is putting birth control in our control. O-Pill is a daily birth control that's FDA approved, full prescription strength, and estrogen free, and 98% effective when used as directed. Grab it online or at most major retailers, no prescription or doctor's appointment needed. So if you're thinking about birth control, check out O-Pill to see if it's right for you. Use code GIGGLY for 25% off your first month of O-Pill at OPILL.com. That's code GIGGLY at OPILL.com. Birth control in your control. We love to see it.
A mochi moment from Tara, who writes, "For years, all my doctor said was eat less and move more, which never worked. But you know what does? The simple eating tips from my nutritionist at Mochi. And after losing over 30 pounds, I can say you're not just another GLP-1 source. You're a life source. Thanks, Tara. I'm Myra Ahmed, founder of Mochi Health. To find your Mochi moment, visit joinmochi.com.
Tara is a Mochi member compensated for her story.
if we come down to it, are you scared about your own death?
I think I've never really been scared of my own death until I had a child. And now I'm aware of the damage of not being brought up with both parents around. So now I'm more frightened of it, maybe slightly more cautious. But I've also had this constant, slightly dark thought that I think I will die young.
Oh, God.
And I think that is, on the one hand, it's quite a dark thought, and I don't know where it comes from. On the other hand, it's not a bad way to live your life, because it's more of that, like, being in the present and make the most of today. And, you know, I might not be around, I'm 100 years old, so go for it now, do all the things you want to do. So I think it can be a good and bad thing. But basically, I'm not terrified of death, but I do not have a son, so I'm more aware of it.
Before you had a son, did you do a parachute jump?
Oh, yeah.
Would you do a parachute jump now?
No.
No,
I don't think the parachute's
that
good
changes,
enough.
yeah. That sort of feeling of being invincible changes. Because not only that, I think the only reason I'm scared of death is because I don't want my children to grow up without a mum, and because I don't want to miss out on them, on their big milestones. I want to see them get married, and I want to know they're okay before I go. It's a very parenty, motherly thing to want, and it sounds quite selfish, but that would be the only reason I would want to live to 100, was to be able to see my kids grow and change and make sure they're happy before I pop my clogs. It is a really interesting topic, and it is awful to think about our own demise, but it's something that does pop up when you get sober, because you do start to feel more invincible and you start to live your life to the fullest, and I think you become less scared of death in sobriety because you feel like you're really living. And I think when the time comes, well, no matter when it was, you will have felt like, well, I gave it a good bloody go.
Didn't waste it.
I didn't waste it. I wasn't hungover. I wasn't drunk. I did that for 25 years, and then I spent the rest of my life living it to the fullest. And I think by the time I die, I'll go, well, there you go. I did a good job.
Yeah.
And that's all you can hope, isn't it?
And you're in less dangerous situations. When you're drinking, it could be every weekend. There's like slightly, you're close to death. Yeah. Whereas now, we're in bed at 7 o'clock. There's not much that can go wrong.
Exactly. That's so true. Do you think if someone very close to you died, Hamish, that there's a chance you might drink?
Yeah. So I thought about this a lot, this question, and it's a horrible question.
It is a horrible question.
With.
Sorry, everybody. It's a bit of a horrible topic today, but we do like to delve into these. It's important, Important.
So my initial thought was, no, I wouldn't drink again. No, I'm sober now, and even if someone died, I'm not going to drink. But then I sat with it, and I was like, if it was a parent, my child and my wife in a car crash.
Oh, God.
If we really go to the extreme, I honestly, or my brother, I've always had a fear that my brother was going to, that's my biggest fear in life, is that my brother will die. Now it's probably my son as well. But yeah, constantly, if there's a film and it's a sibling dying, there's a scene in Titanic where these two brothers are on the top bunk of a bunk bed hugging as the water comes up from there. My brother dying is my biggest fear. And I think actually, as much as I'd like to say I'll never drink, if someone that close to me died, I really have no idea how I would react. I'm now more aware that alcohol would serve no purpose in that situation. I know that it wouldn't help me at all. It wouldn't help me get through my grief. It wouldn't numb it out in the way that you think it's numbing you out. So I feel better equipped to deal with it sober than I would have been before when having a drink was an option. If having a drink was an option and this happened, I would get hammered. Now that it's not an option, I feel like I wouldn't. I'm confident that I wouldn't, but I cannot say categorically if all of my family died in some horror accident that I wouldn't.
I mean, the same here. I mean, you hope you wouldn't, but you don't know how that feels. And of course, why would I? Like, why would I ever drink again? I wouldn't. I can say 99.9% there's a very, very minimal chance that I would drink again. But you can't say, you don't know how that feels until it happens. And hopefully that will never happen. But I do understand why people relapse in this situation.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It is a reason why people would go back to drinking. And we hope today that by us talking about it, there's less chance of that happening. But for me, I definitely want to respect that person's life, as we said, by making sure that I live my life to the full. Yeah. And by doing that, that means not drinking. I just want to grasp onto each day and make sure I enjoy myself. But I look, things change, don't they? Like the kids annoy you, trip over a Hot Wheel, spill a bag of rice on the floor.
Yeah, life goes on.
Life goes on, doesn't it? And the stresses and strains of life continue. But I just try and own every beautiful moment and hope that none of those things ever happen. We all have to live in hope, don't we? We have to hope that we won't drink again, and we hope that nothing bad happens to anybody we know, and just hope for the best and try and live in the now. And that's how we can get through each day in life and in sobriety.
Well, I think that's the thing with grief is, you might never get over the loss of someone.
No.
But it will get better and you will learn to live with it.
Yeah.
You don't want to forget the person often. So often people say, I don't want to get over my brother, daughter, dad, whoever it is who's passed away. And you feel like if I got over it, then I'm forgetting them. So it's not about getting over them.
No.
It's about living life to the full and doing them proud and still learning the things that you learned from them and celebrating their life. And it just takes a long time. It can take ages.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not getting over a death. That's okay. Some people, you are never, ever going to get over the loss of them. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just becomes part of you, and you have to live with that grief on a day-to-day basis. They say that you can process it, but I think for some, like the loss of a child, you are never, ever going to get over that. And you have to learn to live with a certain level of sadness, which is terrible. But the best thing you can do is to try and live your life in the best way that you possibly can and be there for the ones that you love.
And we've got a beautiful quote to finish here, which is, although it's difficult today to see beyond the sorrow, may looking back in memory help comfort you tomorrow.
Yeah, it's lovely, Hamish.
No, I don't even know where I found that or who said it, but it's really nice, isn't it?
It's very nice, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that it was a bit of a depressing episode today, but we love to cover all the topics, don't we, Hamish? Yeah. Even death, even though it's frightening and scary, just try not to think about it too much, and definitely don't drink if it does happen to anybody you know, because it's not going to help the situation. Be that strong pillar and help support the ones you love. That is our advice.
We love you.
We love you. We love you so much. But don't come to us with any problems.
Oh, no. We can't cope. We've got enough of our own.
If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
Do they have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the document.
This is Hannah Berner from Giggly Squad. O-Pill is the first over-the-counter daily birth control pill available in the U.S. Let's be real, getting a birth control prescription is not always easy, and it's so much admin. In fact, about a third of women face barriers to access prescription birth control. Between scheduling appointments, missing work, class, or just trying to exist, it's a lot. But now O-Pill is putting birth control in our control. O-Pill is a daily birth control that's FDA approved, full prescription strength, and estrogen free, and 98% effective when used as directed. Grab it online or at most major retailers, no prescription or doctor's appointment needed. So if you're thinking about birth control, check out O-Pill to see if it's right for you. Use code GIGGLY for 25% off your first month of O-Pill at OPILL.com. That's code GIGGLY at OPILL.com. Birth control in your control. We love to see it.
Hey everybody, it's Babs. You know, one thing that makes the holiday season so magical is the traditions we share year after year. And that's why I'm so excited to tell you about Birch Lane. Their classic furniture and festive decor is carefully crafted to bring joy to every seasonal celebration. Plus, it's delivered fast and free, so you can start spreading the holiday cheer. Shop my hand-picked Birch Lane collection and more classic styles at birchlane.com.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hi, I'm Joanna Coles.
And I'm Michael Wolff.
No other modern American president has impacted the world like Donald Trump. To understand his mercurial whims, we dive deep inside Trump's head.
3 days a week, Joanna and I deliver behind-the-scenes access and recount insider stories. From hidden health concerns to alleged Epstein connections, we unravel the 47th president in a way you will not find anywhere else.
So search for Inside Trump's Head wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes are released 3 times a week on all major podcast platforms, or tune in a day earlier on the Daily Beast's YouTube channel.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad bookstores?
No, it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Go and buy it. Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends. Buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy. Yeah. Buy it, yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.